Hi everybody, I hope you had a really great weekend. This week's book talk is actually a very exciting, suspenseful book. All right, do you guys know what suspense is? Suspense is that feeling when you're watching a movie or you're reading a book, that feeling of like, oh my gosh, what's gonna happen next? What's gonna happen next? What's gonna happen next? And you get so into the story that you just can't stop. You wanna just keep reading it and reading it and reading it because there's so much suspense, okay? And this book has a lot of suspense. It's also very, relatable in a way because the things that are going on in this book are very much similar to things that are going on now in our country. Okay, let me explain. This book is called Wildfire, and it's written by Rodman Philbrick. Now, he is a Newbery Award-winning author. He wrote an excellent book called Freak the Mighty. You'll probably read it when you're a little older. It's kind of like a middle school level book, but he really is an excellent author, and he really knows how to write with suspense, okay? And this book is about two kids that encounter a wildfire. Now, this is a fictional book. It is a totally made-up story. But wildfires are something that really, they're happening in our country even right now. I'm sure many of you heard about the California wildfires that happened over the summer, and some are still kind of happening now. It's a very scary thing, okay, where basically there's forest fires that are just out of control. Very, very scary. And this author, Rodman Philbrick, he uses this idea of a wildfire as the setting of his book. And like I said, there's a lot of suspense in this book. In fact, I'm going to start with the first chapter, which just right away sets up with just what kind of story this is going to be. It's very, very exciting. Okay, but remember, friends, this is fiction. However, wildfires are something that do happen, okay? Not so much in Westwood, New Jersey or Washington Township, New Jersey. We don't have to worry about that. But it does happen, my friends. So let's hear this exciting story that takes place during a wildfire. So let me start with our first chapter here. Chapter 1, When Trees Explode. We wake up to the smell of smoke. At first, it isn't too bad, but then the smoke starts to sting and makes our eyes water. And by the time breakfast is over, the counselors say a decision has been made. The fire is still far enough away that we can't see it yet, but to be on the safe side, Camp Wabanaski will be evacuated as soon as the buses get here. The smoke is getting worse, a layer of stinky fog that dims the sky, except along the horizon, which is suddenly flickering orange above the treetops. Wildfire, moving fast. The buses have arrived, a counselor shouts. Grab your gear and board. Remain calm, but move quickly. We're only allowed one bag, so I jam everything into my hiking pack. I'm on the second step of the bus, tight in a line of super excited campers, when I remember my phone is still on the charger. I needed to call Mom and let her know I'm okay. I managed to sneak off without catching the attention of the staff, scoot around the buses, and race back to the cabin. Sprint down the trail by the tall white pines clustered around the sign for Camp Wabanaski, a summer experience. Turn left at the intersection for Lake Path, then right on Cabin Path, and there it is, dead ahead, my cabin. Inside, the smoke is even thicker. My throat is starting to burn like I gargled something nasty. All right, phone, where's the phone? Should be on the rickety table next to the wake-up radio, but it isn't. Oh, should I run back to the bus and hope for the best? Answer, yes. Then I spot a phone under the table, blue rubber case labeled with my name, Sam Castine. Grab it up, slip it into my back pocket, and bolt. Screen door slamming like a shot behind me. Whoa, serious smoke. The buses are no longer visible through the trees. It's that thick. But I don't need to see the buses. I know my way back to the entrance area where they're parked. I have a really good sense of direction. My dad used to say I was born with a compass in my head. Not that I need a compass. All I have to do is follow the trails, Cabin Path to Lake Path, and then I'll be there. But what stops me is a flash of heat. Feels like an oven door is opened over my head. I look up and see something astonishing. The cluster of tall white pines blooming orange flower blossoms from the top. No, that's wrong. Not flowers. Flames. Flames pouring from branch to branch like a gleaming waterfall of fire. Fat flaming drops dripping on the grass below the pines, igniting it instantly. The pines explode and disintegrate. A wave of flame erupts from the base of the tree trunk, setting up a wall of fire between me and the buses. A wall of fire that wants to get me. There's only one thing left to do. Run the opposite way. Run for my life. Oh man, that is the first chapter of this book. It is exciting. I mean, all we know so far, we've got a main character named Sam. He was in a camp. They told him you got to get on the buses because there's wildfires. But then he makes a real bonehead mistake. What does he do? He runs back to get his phone. Oh my gosh, Sam, what are you thinking? And of course now he's separated from the buses. Oh my gosh. Oh, how exciting, my friends. Okay, but this is the book Wildfire. If you want to find out how Sam gets out of this situation, because I guarantee you guys he will be fine at the end, okay? But if we want to find out what happens, you got to read this book. Rodman Philbrick wrote Wildfire. I hope you guys enjoy it. Have a great week.